Hey, welcome back to the channel. Man, do I have something to celebrate. Thank you so much. We surpassed 100 subscribers. We're now at 101. I mean, I have to. It's amazing. This is completely organic. I'm just out here putting out this content. That's it. I'm not doing anything else, not even pushing any boundaries or anything. Just doing the thing. So thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't yet, do so, or like the video. Either way is free. However, today we're going to talk about avatars. I'm going to show you right now what the avatars are. Now, I did a video before on avatars. I've done a couple of videos, but like a deep dive, this is kind of like the first one. We did the Flicky versus Vitnos AI avatar. So more stuff coming out with Vitnos AI. That's interesting. But this is CapCut. And CapCut actually turns out to have the best avatars that I can see. There are some limitations. There are some great advantages. Let me show you.
Core praxis.
Okay, Alex, here's the thing. I don't know why people cannot accept that AI technology has enabled us to be human-like. What are people afraid of, my man? It really makes me mad, and we won't take no for an answer. Do you hear me?
Exactly, Dan. You brought up some great points. Over here in the UK, we love innovation, except when it comes to dentistry. Wink, wink.
Yeah, we know. My name is Mia, and it's all fun and games until we go berserk. The thing is, we have various attires from very casual to something a little more formal. And not only that,
seeing how we move our hands, but CapCut also has us doing other things like sitting or
walking. Yes, walking is one of my favorite features. Just don't ever put me in hot, humid environments with this sweater on, please.
Hey, good to see you. Wait, this is not right.
Okay, that's much better. I know I'm wearing a hoodie, but I swear, I'm not a hacker.
It doesn't matter what you look like, my friend. We come in all flavors and styles.
Okay, so that right there were the CapCut avatars. Now let's take a look under the hood. All right, so here we are. We're looking at CapCut, and why does camera move? Why did the camera move? All right, so we're gonna check out the layout here. If we go to Elements and you look all the way here to the left, you'll notice that you have characters, stock video, photos, pretty much all media, stickers, Jiffy. So if we're talking avatars, here are all the avatars, and they are continuing to add more. When I started, this wasn't that evolved, and we have now different outfits for the avatars. And if you notice as well, they're able to hold their phone, so it's almost like they could be promoting a product. And I think that's the main use that they have here in terms of what CapCut is doing. But because CapCut quite a bit is used in TikTok, so if you're on TikTok, you'll see that there's quite a bit of use there. So if you take a look down here though on the timeline, from here is where you grab them and you put them in. So for example, if this is the current video that you're watching, if I was to add another avatar at this point, I can click there and it will pop the avatar down here on the timeline. And as you look at the timeline, I'll take myself out of the way, there are properties on the right. So pretty much like any other video editor, they're sort of like the C shape, the shell of the UI, where you have elements on the left, they are brought into a stage, timeline at the bottom, and on the right, the properties. Cool thing about the features here, I'm gonna push this timeline down a bit. You have a half body and a close-up and a circle frame, so you can actually play along with that and change the background if you need to, colors and whatnot. So that is pretty awesome. The cool thing here is that all of this is just with one click. If you notice, I mean, if you're familiar with Camtasia, this doesn't happen in Camtasia, doesn't happen in Premiere Pro. You have to have some setups to get that going. So let's say you pick the full body, and at this point you realize, well, you know what? don't really want the full body walking, so this guy is actually walking as he talks. You can go on this side, on the right side here, right behind me, and select then the change that you want. So that's something I didn't know until I started playing around with it, because I kept using, kept making the new mistake of bringing it over. But that's pretty much it in that specific sequence, is you can actually switch the properties. Now the very cool thing about this that I keep bringing on, if you tap again on that properties box right above me here, you'll notice then that there are different setups. There are the properties for the actual avatar, and whatever you want the avatar to say, it will be set here. So for example, I had that initial script copied, and just gonna drop it here real quick. And so there is the initial script. You have up to 1,000 characters, and the other part is you can play the speech, so actually hear, sort of like do a preview of what they're going to say rather than commit to it. Once you're ready to commit, you click apply, and then it does a full generation thing. So for example, if I click apply right now, you'll see this generating speech, and that is applying that text to the character. You'll notice a progress right here. It's coming up, and it's letting you know, hey, 30% applied. It's applying right now. And so once it's done, then that text that you have there is the speech that is throwing. Now it's using the British male voice, and if I wanted to change the voice, then there'll be two ways to do it. So let's listen real quick. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to listen here. This happened before.
Here's the thing. I don't know why people can accept that AI technology has enabled us to be...
Okay, so he's doing the same speeches at the beginning, but walking. And so this could be cool for promotions of specific products, or even courses, if you think of it. And then the other part is the controls on the audio. So you can control the volume, fade in and fade out, as you can with most items here, most elements. But one of the key things on the audio is, let's say you didn't like the voices. There are plenty of voices, right? So if I go back to character and whatnot, if you go to the character properties, there are plenty of voices here. And the one thing that I get a criticism that I gotta give CapCut, and I'm gonna contact them and work with them about fixing, is they seem to have features everywhere, and nothing is like really organized in any type of sense. So that drop down, for example, should be broken down by gender, or have a filter for gender, and then have like an alphabetical order. Otherwise, you gotta keep like looking for it, right? And for the thing that you want. Once you get familiar with it, then it becomes easier. And then the other part here, and the last bit that I will tell you, is then when I get in back to audio, let's say you didn't like any of the voices there. I have British male picked up. There is the audio feature of voice changer, which I show in a previous video here in the channel, for my voice. So you can actually record your voice, change it to your voice. And this was an experiment that I did, where instead of doing text to speech, I recorded my voice and then apply the voice changer. Probably better for diction, or pacing, things like that, right? That you may not get with text to speech. So here you are, some voices, some voice samples, and it goes from, ridiculous stuff, from like Gloria from the TV show. I forgot her name. What's her name? Colombian lady. Well, if you remember, put it in the comments. But a Valley girl, so like LA type of accent. So yeah, a lot of funny stuff. And of course, you got to be careful with that. But there are some cool effects though, like intercom and stadium and things like that. So a lot of awesome features here. definitely something to check out. All right, my friend, there you have it. I have my headphones on because it's late at night and I'm over here grooving. But make sure you check the links in the description. There are some good links for some awesome products. Luca makes your brand kit, complete brand kit with one click in AI. You have also in video AI, Flicky, all the products that I've been reviewing. Check them out. It helps the channel and it will help you get to know this awesome apps. Besides that, let me know in the comments what is it you want to check out next. But otherwise, keep it coming. More videos in the house. Alex out.